Hey, you guys, welcome to IGTV. This is my crew of friends here, and we want to talk to you about a really important topic, which is really how do we get out of our own way to be able to create the results that we want. So first and foremost, we all have something in common. All four of us ladies have really focused on growing our leadership. We've all done HCL, Hardcore Leadership, and although this isn't an ad for HCL, we do want to stand for the people out there that know that there's something so important for you to create on this planet. Like, you know that you were made for more, but yet you don't even know how to get out of your own way. Like, when I tell you to surrender or you're too intense, you're like, just tell me what to do and I'll do it so that I can get the result that I want. And here's the deal. It's actually a way of being. So I want to ask you, Carla, like, this is a vulnerable moment for you to share. Like, when you were in a situation, well, you share it. She's kind of standing for all you guys who have a moment right now in your relationships that maybe a relationship isn't working to the level that you want, and you may be having a dialogue inside your head about whether or not this is the right relationship for you.
Yeah, so before doing leadership, it was really, we were at a point, my partner and I were at a point where we wanted different things, but we didn't know what was the common thread, but we knew that what was happening wasn't working.
Yep.
And we were committed to going our separate ways because something wasn't vibing. And so I took a stand and
it's been many years. You guys have been together like 7 years?
At the time.
Yeah.
I was 7 years in, and it was like, all
and
right.
2 kids.
No, still no kids yet.
Oh, got it.
Yeah,
Sorry.
still no kids. And it is because we did leadership and going through the process and experiencing ourselves in a deeper level. Like, we both went into it together, but he was doing his work, I was doing my work. And as a result of that, we really realized how much we wanted to build a family. And then we were able to see each other from this moment in a new light. It was like we were 2 different people now. And we loved each other. We were so committed.
What do you think shifted?
We both owned our own stuff. Like, he owned his stuff and I owned mine, and we both came like, I get it. Like, I have been this. And he's like, no, I have been this. And it was like, no, I'm sorry. No, I am sorry. You know, it was like that. And it was like, I love you too. You know, it's like, I want this. And we both wanted to have a family. It was a really powerful moment. He really surrendered. And
were you able to forgive for the past?
For sure. Oh my God. It was, my biggest thing is I had felt like I had a really heavy heart, and that wasn't okay with me. I know it was like just bleeding into different areas of my life, and I just didn't like how I
resent.
felt. Yeah.
Resent is like a dangerous enemy that comes in and just gets in there and just pulls, right?
Yeah, and so I knew that if I didn't let go of that, but for me, it wasn't even for the relationship or for anybody else or for him, it was about me not wanting to feel that way. And so in me really taking myself on and dealing with some things of my past, which I didn't even was conscious that they were there.
Yeah, because you've done a lot of work.
Yeah, and so I was like, wow, all right, okay, I get it. I've been holding on to this and projecting it out to him, and then it has nothing to do with him. It's stuff that I've been through, you know, with my father and, you know, the men in my life.
So what I'm hearing you say is even after a lot of work, there's still that next level. Like, if you're wanting that next level of life, there's still that next level. I can tell you as a business coach that your money never exceeds your personal development. Whether you're in corporate America, whether you're an entrepreneur, it doesn't matter what it is. You can keep wanting for more, but at the end of the day, you're getting exactly the equivalent to what your leadership level is at. So I'm going to pass it back here to these guys. Kelly, say hi.
Hi, everybody.
Yay! So Kelly has done our leadership training. She is my executive assistant, and she's the most incredible woman ever, and I trust you with my heart. And I love that her and I can have really open, honest conversations. We just had one a couple minutes ago. What was your big takeaway in leadership?
Giving and receiving feedback without taking it personal.
Yeah.
And not getting emotionally attached, but knowing it's neutral. And
So give an example of what, like, something that might have been said to you before that you would take personal, and then how that would play out in your life. Because stress and emotional triggers and holding on to things, I mean, that could absolutely kill your energy and your love for yourself.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in our relationship with each other, you know, if there's days that I know you talk to me about something, or if something isn't right on the calendar or some mistake got made or something up until leadership, I would have these freak out moments of going, oh my God, she hates me. I'm the worst assistant ever. You know, I go down the rabbit hole, like I dive down, and it takes me forever to climb out.
And who else can relate to that? If you can relate to this, comment below. Kelly, I got you, girl. Give her some love right now. Because if you're someone who beats yourself up when you don't do something perfect, then this is important for you to listen to her right now. So what shifted inside you?
Just releasing perfectionism and
That's big.
knowing it's okay to make mistakes, but keeping communication open.
Yeah.
And with keeping it open, not taking everything personal, just knowing, okay, this was the result of what happened, what led to that, and what do I get to shift to not have that outcome again.
So I would call that empowered. I mean, it's really hard to trust someone if they take things personal, because at the end of the day, you have to watch out for, am I saying things in a way that this person can handle it? Do you know what I mean? Like, and so that obviously, it hurts careers, but it also damages your heart. You know what I mean? And then you have a beautiful little girl, Paige, at home, and a husband. And the last thing I would ever want, or any of us would ever want, would be to say something to Kelly or you, if you're someone who beats up on yourself. And like, nobody wants to say something to you to have the ripple effect that that'll have on the people that get connected to you. Like, we would never want Kelly to feel like, you know, emotional about something that was said or beat herself up about it and then go and essentially not be available for your kid because you're emotionally pulled in another direction, right? So I just want to say, like, for the essence of what you just learned, I mean, there is freedom at the end of the light. Like, there is freedom through this door. Like, through hardcore leadership, there is freedom. If you're in a situation that you operate in perfectionism or you even procrastinate, because perfectionism and procrastinate always come together, they're sisters. Because if you're trying to get something perfect, you're going to procrastinate on it because you want to get it perfect. And so you'll make decisions a lot slower than what's possible of you, which then slows down the evolution of your life as well, amongst everything else we said. So there is light at the end of that tunnel. You can actually get rid of that horrible little thing called perfectionism so that you can get on with life. Dio, throwing it back to you, girl.
Totally opposite from Kelly.
Shocking.
I up until leadership, one of the biggest things that I realized is that my entire life I operated off of survival mode. And I didn't realize how much of a survival mode I was in. Everything in my life, the same way I operated my business is the same exact way I operated my personal life. And survival mode kept me from everything and anything, from shining, from where I knew that I could do so much better and I can be such a better person. I dimmed myself. I had the biggest wall, and there was no light at the end of the tunnel.
And you know what's amazing, Dio, is like in your career, you land some pretty extraordinary gigs. So you're like actually a perfect example of powerful women and powerful people who, like, you have some of the biggest opportunities in front of you, but they never pan out the way that you think they should pan out. Like, you know that based on the opportunities that come up available in your life, that you should be further ahead than you are, right? Like, Dio is standing for you right now because in 60 days, you doubled your monthly income.
I doubled, and it was just banking on myself. It was complete freedom of anything that held me back. It's no longer there.
It took us 4 years. 4 years to get her in the room.
4 years. And one big thing that I'd be like, how do I look at this person like Shanda? I'm listening or speak for 4 years. I leave the room completely empowered. By the time I got to the parking lot, I was back to my same thing that I do every single time. So I knew, and I always knew, but then I knew, how could I be around such powerful people? My work is in magazines. I'm working at one of the top salons in Los Angeles. Why am I still in the same place? I knew it was me.
Yeah, that's powerful. So I'm going to shift that, and I'm going to say that if you're listening to us right now and any of us made any sort of an impact, I can tell you with my story, when I did leadership, before I actually brought the program in-house, I literally said that I was going to start an online coaching company, and nobody was doing online coaching, and we didn't even know what it was. And I said, I'm going to coach virtually online. Now I have this empire called Heartcore Business, and 3,000 plus clients, and just growing rapidly. And to the point where it's like I created that out of nothing. So if you maybe create vision boards and you don't ever see those vision boards, like you kind of put them in the closet because it didn't happen again, or like me, I used to look at the vision board and be like, oh, like that was a good fun day that I did with my girlfriends. But then I stopped doing vision boards because I thought, what's the point? And then I also stopped dreaming at one point. And so we're here to say, keep dreaming. And not only keep dreaming, if you're ready to invest in yourself, if you're ready to give yourself the best gift that you can, then I'm going to recommend that you literally DM me. Like direct message me on Instagram, ask me about leadership, ask me about hardcore leadership, tell me about what's your situation. Like tell me, what are you trying to create that you can't get out of your own way? Tell me what that is. And I honestly can tell you whether or not this is the right move for you or not. But here's what I can say. All four of us, the best gift that we gave ourselves is that we invested in ourselves.
Yes.
We invested in ourselves, and we took the time out of our busy lives to take care of ourselves. And at what point in your life do you ever say, like, it's now my turn? If that's your turn right now, direct message me, and let's talk about you, your future, and what your next success story is going to be.